Bila kalah tolak ke sisi. Mau kita datang, mau kita datang, mau kita terbilang, mau kita terbilang. Mencari peluang, mencari peluang, menjadi cemerlang, menjadi cemerlang. UNIKL, wow, UNIKL, UNIKL, wow, UNIKL. kita melonjak dari lantai. Wow kita datang, wow kita datang, wow kita terbilang, wow kita terbilang. Mencari peluang, mencari cemerlang, mencari cemerlang.
There are phishing, okay, Nigerian scam, identity theft, crimes, okay. So that is a kind of cybercrime which they can could or might have okay jeopardize our data, okay. This is very dangerous to us, okay. If you want to know more details, okay, if you have a questions or mungkin anda macam terfikir-terfikir, fikirkan persoalan-persoalan about how serious is this issue, okay, especially in Malaysia, and then what are the causes and consequences, okay. So maksudnya apa dia punya penyebab and then akibat dia, okay, kepada victim, and most importantly, how we keep our data secure. Okay, so if all those questions yang menjadi persoalan anda semua, so you are in the right sessions, okay, for this afternoon, because we would like to discuss the topic about cybersecurity awareness, tips on how to secure your data. Okay, so of course, okay, in this afternoon, I'm not alone. Okay, so joining me this afternoon, we will have 3 panel members. Representing various organizations, okay? So there are T.S. Nurhaiza binti Ya Abdullah, Mr. Abdul Rauf bin Johari, ASP Azli bin Mat Sharif. Selamat datang everyone. How are you?
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
All right, thank you for joining me for this webinar. Okay. All right, so now I would like to invite all panel members to introduce themselves. Okay, so kita start dengan T.S. Nurhaiza. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. My name is T.S. Nurhaiza binti Abdullah. So I'm one of the lecturers dekat Cybersecurity Technological Convergence section. So one of the lecturer here. So saya dah mengajar kat sini lebih 12 tahun. Alhamdulillah. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, T.S. Nurhaiza. Okay, next, our second panel, Mr. Abdul Rauf.
Hey, hi all. So my name is Rauf. So I was working in a multinational company on financial institution. So basically, my role is on the FIR, Digital Forensic Incident Responding, where in case of any incident, cybersecurity incident happen in my organization, I will take a look on it. Basically, orchestrated as a team lead there, as well as I'm performing the forensic analysis for further investigations. So I also alumni for UNIKL, I think class of 2018, graduated.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Abdul Rauf. Okay, next we have our third panel for today, ASP Azli bin Mat Sharif.
Okay. Thanks, Madam. Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Alhamdulillah, syukur kehadrat Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. First of all, to UNIKL for invited me in this forum, representative of the PDRM. My name is Assistant Superintendent Police Azli bin Mat Sharif from UNIKL Human Resource Management Information System. Has served for 19 years in Police Force. Pernah bertugas di bahagian Jabatan Siasatan Jenayah, Jabatan Trafik, Jabatan KDNKA dan Jabatan Pengurusan sehingga kini di unit Hermes. That's all. Thanks.
Okay. Alright, so nampaknya panel-panel kita hari ini hebat-hebat belaka ya. Alright, and I think it's related with our topic to discuss. Alright, so let's have the discussion rolling. Okay, so I will start with T.S. Nurhaiza. Okay, so T.S. Nurhaiza. Okay, so as an academia, since T.S. Nurhaiza is the lecturer for the security area, and basically you are the one that dealing with the young people, which is students, right? Okay, yeah. So what are the some of the common issues that related with the data which are counted by the students?
Okay, thank you, TS1 Hazimah. Right. Okay, usually bila when it comes to issues on data, when I'm dealing with the students, the most selalu yang selalu berlaku ialah come and see me bila nak hantar assignment tu, I'm sorry, assignment hilang. Sorry madam, computer crash. So that is always happen, right, Hazimah?
Yes.
Betul.
Yeah, it's true.
So missing assignment, missing madam, saya punya assignment tiba-tiba macam lain. So means that someone have changed the data, right? So someone is stolen your data, someone will change your data. That is always happen to the students especially. Betul tak, Rauf? Pernah tak?
Pernah kena macam.
Pernah kena. Azli? Pernah?
Ya, pernah.
Pernah. So this is a very serious issue. So this is the common issue lah yang will be happen.
Okay. So normally student akan facing that kind of problem, even though bila saya masa study pun ada jugalah, okay, facing that kind of issues. Okay, so in that case, okay, what could be the consequences to the students? It means that kalau let's say, okay, data tu hilang and then assignments tu, nak hantar tiba-tiba dah tak ada. So apa agaknya the consequences that the students
Okay, first of all, of course you jeopardize the assignments, right? So selalunya the students bila dia sedar bila dah nak hantar assignment, bila esok nak hantar assignment, the day before usually it happen, right? So of course we jeopardize their assignments. So when it comes to assignments, some assignments, a project especially, project because project tu dia punya tu besar kan kadang-kadang kan. So of course it will affect their grades, affect their kalau projek dia dengan teammates, right? So kadang-kadang alamak bahagian saya je hilang madam, so it will affect the group's members also, right? So
how about in terms of feeling ke ataupun the behaviours? Ada consequences tak kalau student? Contoh macam they feel like depressions or maybe like very worried lah, anxiety because assignment hilang kan, and then definitely they all feeling like alamak assignment ni banyak habislah markah aku. So how that you are dealing with that kind of students?
Usually what students do selalunya dia tak ada, dia terus diam. Dia terus macam bila dia kadang-kadang dia tak datang kelas, dia macam bila waktu submission tu tiba-tiba macam tak datang kelas, tak attempt jumpa saya ke, selalunya dia akan senyap. So bila kita contact pun selalunya dia tak balas. So usually they will keep this problem themselves, so this due to the depression sometimes. Kadang-kadang not able to, orang kata tak boleh nak contact langsung, itu menyebabkan kadang-kadang bila at the end kenapa saya assignment saya hilang. So this is the things that usually happen.
Okay, so alright. So in that case, okay, so what is actually the best method that we can overcome that issues?
Oh, the best method, selalunya saya cakap dekat student, okay, apa-apa project, assignment, the first thing what should you do ialah backup. So bila backup tu, janganlah backup satu je. So you have to do several copies of backup, whereby then nowadays there is a cloud storage. Then also we can have purchased another external hard disk.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So thank you, T.S. Nurhaiza. Then we proceed with Abdul Rauf. Okay. So Rauf, okay, long time no see you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. Alright, I'm sure like audience is very interested to know about you, okay, especially the positions that you hold, okay. Security Incident Response Team Analyst, okay. So the term itself, okay, might be wondering, okay, apa sebenarnya, okay, Security Incident Response Team Analyst. So can you explain a bit your role in the organization?
Thank you, madam. So, people yang award is team is we as a responder. Macam contoh you accident or in case like in rare cases you accident, you call the police or you call the ambulance. So we acting some sort of like that the scenario basis. So whenever security incident, cyber security incident is happening, people have been hacked. One of the users had been hacked. One of the users had lost their data or whatsoever. So they will call directly to me, and then I will be reacting. Me and my team will be reacting to those cases lah. And then after all, we perform as well. My job scope is forensic analysis, as well as communication crisis, and as well as one more is we call it threat hunting. So basically, upon that incident, a bit rarely happen here. So we perform threat hunting to analyze in my organization, is there any threat? Contoh kita tengok sistem tu ada tak apa vulnerability, so we will perform that kind of action, threat hunting.
Oh, okay. Apa tu threat hunting tu? Hunting apa tu katnya? We are hunting the threats.
Yeah, we are hunting the so-called threats in our organization. Examples like compliance body, Bank Negara Malaysia, or compliance body, Security Commissioner Malaysia. So they will give us some advisory, so possible attack, that possible campaign, contoh campaign untuk memerangi, campaign untuk hack financial institution in Malaysia. So they will give us some insights there. What kind of machine that been hacked, what kind of vector, we call it like, contoh kita nak tahu rumah tu, kita alamat rumah, so we identify that kind of closure, that kind of pembukaan dalam sistem kita, flaws in the system.
Okay. All right. My next questions, okay, I reserve first. Okay, so for next questions is actually related to this video. Okay, let's watch this video.
An email from PackX? Urgent. Package delivery failed. I'm not expecting any shipment. I wonder what it could be. Open the attachment to obtain the tracking number needed to reschedule the delivery. There's an attachment. I hope I'm not too late. Where's the document? What? My files are encrypted? I must pay $500 to retrieve them?
Would you have opened the attachment?
Okay, alright. Okay, so dah tengok video kan? Okay, so that video is basically based on the fishing. Okay, so fishing is not like fishing with fish or memancing ikan, but the concept is some sort of it. Okay, but we are not fishing the fish. Okay, but we are fishing the data. Okay. So, Rauf, okay, so Mr. Rauf, okay, tadi baru sikit je, baru intro je, okay, soalan tu. So, yang ini yang related sikit, okay, dengan awak. Okay, has this ever happened, okay, to your organizations, okay, to any of your clients?
You mean the phishing? Yeah.
Yes,
the easiest answer is yes, because let's discuss on the elements. We call it information security elements, which is 5. We have people, data, process, hardware, and software. Particularly, we already covered the technological defenses in software. We do have also implement the security on hardware on premises, as well as the process. We do have policies, examples like policies that they cannot access this kind of website. They cannot they need to use that certain password policies. So that's the process wise. And then the data wise, data security also, we do have some certain countermeasures in it, defense system in it. And last is people. This is where the weakest thing of the information security, information systems. So usually we do have phishing cases here. So in a sense that people are trying to gathering data from our side, try to gather the credential to get in our system. So that's the initial. There's several cases that happen here, basically.
Okay, so when we talk about phishing, basically there are various type of phishing, or the way, okay, that we can phish the data, right? Okay. So as the cert analyst, okay, so how did you dealing with this incident?
For us to deal with the incident is first thing first, we do like proactive action, which is we try to identify the source, try to scoping, which is one is the source, second is the apa yang hacker tu nak buat, apa tu actor tu nak buat. So once we know identify the source, we will directly block it, and then upon our blocking, analysis will be done, investigation will run concurrently. So we will know the motive of the attacker, what are the methods that be used, tactics and protocol that been used. So from there, we gradually respond to that by blocking, and then as well as threat hunting, which is we try to hunt what are the culprits, was maybe his location or his organization that came in from. and then we compile it, and then we take further action, which is might be related to legal actions, basically.
Okay, so in terms of the consequences, okay, so if this case happen, okay, in the organization, so I mean, what would be the, I mean, apa you punya actions, okay, for this part?
Sorry, again, madam, this is kind of breaking.
The consequences. The consequences of this incident, I mean the phishing lah, okay, to your organization.
So basically, most of the cases is data loss. Most of the cases bila sometimes people are phishing to get the data, to get some sort of data, to get some sort of document, and then maybe on my end is people trick, so people share the data, the confidential data. Second is like identity theft examples. So when might say that the phishing is to get the credential, password, and emails or username, and then they obtain that, and then they mimic as the users to perform like to leverage the attacks. Basically, that's how we call it initial foothold.
Okay, all right. Okay, so next, okay, let's proceed with ASP Azli. Okay, hopefully dah ready lah ASP Azli ya. Okay, welcome to the webinar. Okay, ASP Azli, mungkin boleh explain sikit lah a bit about your role in the PDRM.
Okay, thank you, madam. My post is ASP Security and Aliran Kerja, Unit Hermes, Jabatan Pengurusan Bukit Aman. My job in general is make sure the Hermes system in good condition and free from all threats from external and internal
Mungkin
sector.
boleh explain sikit apa Hermes tu, HRMIS tu. It stands for?
Okay, Hermes stand for Human Resource Management Information System. Okay, ini adalah sebuah sistem yang mana yang diguna pakai oleh hampir semua jabatan kerajaan, di mana di dalamnya terdapat pelbagai modul, iaitu modul allowance, cuti, permohonan perkahwinan, di mana semuanya terangkum dalam satu sistem. Mana ia memudahkan kepada semua bakitan kerajaan untuk buat permohonan dalam satu sistem sahaja.
Okay. Jadi ASP Azli bertanggungjawab dalam memastikan yang sistem tu secure daripada any kind of threats lah. Adakah macam tu? Macam tu kan? Okay, alright. So ASP Azli. So saya ada beberapa soalan lah. Okay, yang saya akan tanya yang berkaitan dengan this topik. Kalau macam tadi kita more on the the concept of the data and then types of the attack. Okay, yang related dengan the data dan kenapa kita perlu secure data kita kan. Okay. So yang ini sekarang ni saya nak go on because that one is for the victim side, okay. As a victim ataupun as a user kita kena protect our data, okay. But then this one is in terms of the attacker side, okay. So when we talk about the attacker, okay, and the security part, definitely the concept, okay, we call that as the cybercrime, okay. Maksudnya jenayah cyber, semuanya yang berkaitan dengan online lah kan. Okay, so boleh tak ASP Azli mungkin boleh explain sikit, jelaskan apa sebenarnya cybercrime tu ataupun jenayah cyber. Mungkin ada yang tak tahulah.
Okay, baik madam. Cybercrime is a criminal activity that uses technology mainly involving a computer and a network, either as a medium or a target. That said, it can affect any online users. Similarly, how anyone with a working computer and access to the internet can be criminals too. Okay, menyebut tentang jenayah, okay. Harap maklum, salah satu penjenayah melanggar peraturan undang-undang yang telah ditetapkan. Mana itu dipanggil sebagai jenayah. Okay, trend yang dulu di mana tanpa teknologi okey, manusia melakukan jenayah dengan menggunakan kekerasan, iaitu apabila mereka ingin menipu ataupun ingin merompak ataupun ingin menyamun, mereka akan berjumpa dengan mangsa dan akan melakukan benda tersebut. Tetapi sekarang adalah teknologi terkini di mana mereka menggunakan teknologi yang baru, iaitu cybercrime, jenayah cyber, mana mereka menggunakan tidak menggunakan kekerasan, secara fizikal, tapi mereka hanya melakukan jenayah di atas talian sahaja.
Okay. So kalau ikutkan ada pelbagai jenis jenayah cyber ni kan. Mungkin boleh boleh apa kategori cybercrime tu? Ada tak kategori of jenayah cyber tu?
Okay, there are the various types of cyber crimes. Some examples include DDoS attack, botnet, identity theft, malware, spoofing, web defacement, online harassment, phishing scams. But the most common crime is online fraud.
Oh, okay. Alright. So kalau setahu saya, kalau polis, okay, biasanya dia ada guna term modus operandi tu kan, okay. So boleh tak kalau nak tahu mungkin what is actually the common modus operandi yang digunakan oleh penjenayah ni, penjenayah cyber. Apa method dia yang digunakan?
Okay, thank you madam. Sekarang ni kita pergi kepada tipu panggilan syndicate. Okay. Di mana yang pertama sekali itu suspek menggunakan teknologi voice over internet protocol VoIP bagi menghubungi mangsa. Penyamaran, mungkin mereka akan menyamar dari segi meramah dari segi pegawai PDRM, mahkamah, custom, SPRM, bank negara, bank ataupun daripada pos laju. Lepas tu, selepas mangsa menjawab panggilan, mereka akan dimaklumkan bahawa mereka mempunyai masalah dengan pihak berkuasa ataupun bank. Suspek akan memastikan mangsa berasa takut dari menghadapi tindakan undang-undang ataupun kehilangan wang. And then mangsa yang terpedaya akan menyerahkan semua maklumat kewangan. And then setelah berpuas hati dengan semua maklumat kewangan mangsa, suspek akan memberi arahan supaya mangsa memindahkan wang ke dalam akaun pihak ketiga atau akaun mangsa sendiri yang mana suspek mempunyai kawalan ke atas akaun tersebut.
Begitu rupanya. Okay. Baru kita tahu. Mungkin ramai yang tak tahu kan macam mana dia punya teknik, method yang digunakan. So sekarang kita dah tahu. Okay. So ASP Azli, how serious is this issue in Malaysia?
Okey, baik madam, sekarang ni betapa seriusnya kes ni yang berlaku di Malaysia mengikut daripada statistik kes jenayah cyber yang mana daripada jumlah kes termasuk kerugian pada kita pergi pada tahun 2019 jenayah kes yang berlaku sebanyak 11,832. Berikutan tahun 2020 meningkat kepada 14,201. Jadi pada tahun 2019 jumlah kerugian pula jumlah kerugian pula pada tahun kita ambil 2 tahun dia iaitu 2019 dan 2020. Tadi tu jumlah kes, sekarang jumlah kerugian pula. Kita pergi pada tahun 2019. Jumlah kerugian melibatkan 497,828,948 dan 56. Dan juga pada tahun 2020 jumlah kerugian meningkat berjumlah kepada 413 juta. Jadi ini bermakna di samping peningkatan kes dan jumlah kerugian yang berlaku, dari situ kita dah dapat kena pasti bermakna betapa seriusnya kes ni dan juga di samping teknologi yang terkini dan kita dapati benda ni memang boleh dikategorikan sebagai orang kata jenayah terancang zaman sekarang. Maknanya memang daripada jumlah ni kita dapatkan pasti memang ianya very very serious case.
Okay. So saya pun baru tahu dan memang agak memang serius. Lebih-lebih lagi pada masa sekarang ni kita semua bergantung kepada teknologi. Everything is via online. Shopping pun via online. Mereka tak boleh nak pergi dah dekat shopping mall nak beli barang. So as a user, untuk kita semua, kita kena sentiasa berhati-hati. Bila kita nak beli barang ke ataupun kita nak berurusan dengan orang yang kita tak kenal, especially kat via online ni lah. Online kita tak tahu siapa-siapa, siapa yang kita berurusan, kita tak nampak. So kita kena be careful. Extra careful about it. Alright, so thank you ASP Azli for the interesting responses. So let's take a break. So we'll be back after this montage. Okay, so we are back. Okay, so just now, mesti semua orang dah tengok kan video about the facilities that we have in the UNIKL. Okay, so we do have those facilities like the libraries, okay, and then the facilities of the lab, okay, for the lab session, the security lab, and then we have the network lab, again, all those facilities, okay, that we have in the UNIKL, okay. So now, okay, let's proceed, okay, with the next questions, okay. So we back to TS Nurhaiza, okay. All right. Okay. One of the way, okay, that we can secure, okay, or protect our data, it's via the password, okay. As we know that, I think most of us, okay, know what is the password, okay. So because the password is actually the most common method, okay, that we use, okay, to secure our data, not just to secure our data, but then to to access to some of the systems, okay. Kalau kita nak register kalau kita nak register account mana-mana pun, then we have to create the password. And then kita nak online shopping pun, we need to have to create our password as well. And then online banking pun ada juga password dia. So mana-mana je mesti ada kena include password, okay. So password also, okay, password ni pun is actually one of the causes, okay, of the data leak, okay, among the users, okay. Okay. Alright. So so kita nak tahu lah kan, okay, since password is very important, okay. So what is actually the guidelines? What are the do's and also what are the don'ts, okay, of setting up this password?
Okay, terima kasih Wan Hazimah. Okay, semua ada password kan. So do and don'ts in password. First of all, the first thing you should do not share to anyone. Okay. For kids, you have to share with your parents lah, of course. Okay. But the rest of you, please do not share to everyone. Number 2, please create your password that not easy to guess. What do you mean by not easy to guess here? Ialah katakanlah nama kucing you Comel, Comel 123 contoh macam tu. Janganlah. Ataupun password saya, do not create on that. Okay. Number 3, please create
kalau tak salah saya kan, salah lagi. Okay. Selalunya orang nak bagi senang, dia create password itu as password juga. Is it true, Raul?
Kan password pun ada.
Yes, it's true, madam, because I also encounter that kind of
cases. Besar ada cases.
Yeah.
Oh, ada encounter orang buat password?
Yes, you do encounter like the password itself is a password. Even the password itself is same as username, same exactly as username.
Sama kan? Username dia Haiza contohnya. So password dia pun Haiza juga.
Yeah, senang, copy paste.
So tolong.
Okay.
Tolong ya adik-adik kat sana kat luar, tolong jangan buat nama Haiza, buat password pun Haiza. Okay? Okay. The next is avoid selecting your password yang that relates to you. For example, your punya birthday ke, katalah birthday kita hari ni katalah 14 Julai 2019. Setahun rupanya kan. Okay. Tak boleh, jangan. Please do not select whatever password that relates to you. Okay. Okay, next ialah separate your password with every account. Maksudnya Facebook jangan sama dengan bank account, jangan sama dengan Twitter, jangan sama dengan semualah. Kiranya satu password tu admin satu dua, contohnya password satu password tu itulah password untuk semua. Facebook itulah dia juga, Twitter lah itulah juga, apa lagi, Snapchat itulah juga, shopping Lazada situlah juga passwordnya. Jangan guna satu password untuk semua account. Okay.
So biasanya, selalunya orang kan dia create password, satu password je. So basically kan, how often that we need to change the password tu? Adakah sekali seumur hidup dah create dah ini je sampai bila-bila pakai ni? Ke macam mana tu?
Janganlah gitu. Okay. Janganlah sekali seumur hidup kan. So the more you frequent your change your password, the more you save. Okay. So tapi kalau tiap-tiap hari tukar password pun susah lah juga. Tapi the more preferable is like say 60 hari sekali boleh. Dalam 2 bulan macam sekali kita tukar password. Okay.
Alright. Okay, sekarang ni trend jugalah, which is most of us are dependent, on the free Wi-Fi. So what would you think? Is it a good practice?
Free Wi-Fi
ni. Pergi dekat McDonald's, pergi kat Starbucks, semua buka Wi-Fi kan. So is it a good practice? Sekarang ni taklah kan, sekarang PKP semua duduk kat rumah. Should be safe, tapi kalau yang sebelum tu,
Okay, free Wi-Fi ni kita boleh dapat kat mana-mana je, dekat stesen bas lah, dekat mall lah kan, dekat Starbucks yang apa Wan Hazimah cakap tadi, dekat McDonald. Okay, tak ada siapa yang tak suka free, betul tak? But however, please be careful bila kita nak browse, surfing or connected using this free Wi-Fi. Please do not share your personal information. Okay, jangan buat transaction guna free Wi-Fi, of course. Jangan online shopping guna free Wi-Fi. Sebab apa? Hackers akan senang steal your digital wallet info, your punya bank account numbers, sebab dia tak secure. Okay?
Okay. Kat sini ada soalan, ada questions from the viewers. Dia tanya kan, apa cara selamat nak simpan password? Sebab kan kita susah nak ingat semua account password kita, ada panjang-panjang kan, and then nak kena tukar-tukar. So macam mana cara selamat? Mungkin kita tanya dekat Cik Abdul Rauf ni. Mr. Abdul Rauf.
Okay, thank you. Soalan yang good point, good questions there. So basically, just to recap what Madam Haiza mentioned earlier is don't use like same password over multiple mediums, your social media, your banking accounts, as well as your maybe university account or your work account. So the best is there's a solution to do that, which is the password manager. There's a lot of even free version of it, so you can use it on host, and then use the password manager itself can generate you the good lengthy hard password for you. You don't need to remember, so you can at least, so that's one way or another to try remember, rather than you try to kuatkan minda,
ingat semua kan.
You do have like solutions.
Apa example password manager yang Cik Rauf pakai tu? Semua orang nak pakai juga. Kan rahsia, secret tu. What is it?
I've used like KeyPass. I also KeyPass, as well as for noise I use LastPass. So that's some of the tools that I've been using for my password manager.
So siapa yang apa dia? Tia Saraiza boleh cakap?
Free apps tu. So don't worry, dekat App Store ke dekat Google Play ada banyak password manager untuk tolong kita ingat semua kita password. Okay?
So those yang mungkin ada problems in terms of hard to remember password, biasanya sebab human kan, biasanya tendency akan tak ingat. Sama juga macam saya lah, kadang-kadang terlupa, dah create baru semalam password, tiba-tiba apa ya, tak ingat dah. Okay, so you can use that password manager, like what our panels have mentioned just now. Okay, so next, okay, we would like to ask the questions to Mr. Raouf, okay? Alright, so basically, okay, ataupun sebelum ni, okay, mungkin kita pernah dengar the terms that we call as the social engineering, okay? So social engineering, the term itself tu dah macam agak confused, okay? Because engineering terms tu, it's like a technical, okay? Or the like need to have a machines ke apa ke kan? And then the social part tu, it's like it refers to the community, macam kata social services lah, perkhidmatan servis macam tu. So when they combine together, okay, social engineering. So it might be that kita tak tahu what is actually means by the social engineering tu. So maybe Mr. Raouf can explain what is the social engineering.
So yeah, thank you, madam. So social engineering is a big like psychological science. It's not even in cybersecurity, even in use in marketing and whatsoever, to understand specific person or specific region, what kind of their interest. So referring to what is the social engineering in cybersecurity, which is we do some kind of human behavioral of studies. Examples on blue teaming side, we do have like UBA, user behavior analysis. So when
sekejap
we
Mr. Raouf, tadi ada mention blue team. Apa tu? Team biru ke macam pasukan ke apa? Saya red team tu dia.
Macam biru kan?
Red team as an attacker.
So basically we do have like multiple colors. So yeah, the usual colors that we see in cybersecurity, we term it colors.
Okay.
One is the red teaming, which is offensive side. Contoh ethical hacking, contoh penetration testing, where people are attacking. So that's red teaming. So on blue teaming side is we do on defensive side, which is on defensive end, where kita menahan sistem, menahan sistem kita or protect our system from invaders, from the threat. So that's defense and attack. So that's the question. So blue teaming is more towards like defensive side of the spectrum.
Okay. So continue back with the social engineering, kena habis tadi. Saya interrupt gitu kan.
So saya ada masalah lupa sangat. Okay, tak apa. So based on social engineering in cybersecurity, especially on defensive side, blue teaming side, we try to learn the behavior of the system or the users. So in case that there's some differences or some anomaly behavior yang tak sepatutnya berlaku on this user, sebab kita dah pantau dia, it's normal je kan. So that thing will be triggered. So we came to action itself to check whether this is like anomaly ni is benda yang berlaku hari tu je or previously happens. That's it. On offensive side, on attacking side, social engineering is we try to understand the human or the society or the organization, what are their interests in, so that we can exploit it. So some example is we do have like for human basically ada beberapa senses. So human empathic, sense of empathic. We do have like sense of fear, as well as sense of happiness, as well as sense of guilty. So that particular things we try to exploit. Contoh kita nak contoh examples, right? Social engineering is to blackmail people. So they triggered the sense of fear. Oh, someone. Contoh if you heard scam regarding the call of untuk panggil kamu, that's trigger the sense of fear. That's how they learn on. That's how we exploit the social engineering, exploiting the users on offensive side. Yeah. So example like sense of happiness is just examples like they know that this particular users or this particular region love examples coffee, Starbucks or whatsoever. So they send some alerts, some emails. Oh, you want Starbucks for life. Examples like truth. It's so good to be truth. So maybe orang pun akan tertipu. So orang okay Starbucks tahun for life. So why not? Right? So that's sense of happiness. Yeah. So sense of as well as sense of empathic. Examples like crowdsourcing. People crowdsourcing untuk satu event or whatever. So that's one way of another of how we try to gain that kind of social engineering concept in the cybersecurity.
Okay, I think some of it you have answered. Okay, my question yang untuk next ni. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, okay. So even though you are the, the person, okay, that need to, if let's say incident happen and then you are the one that need to trigger, but at some point you also act, okay, as the attacker, okay, because you want to know in terms of or you want to test, okay, or measure in terms of the procedures, okay, in your organization. So if you act as an attacker, so means that you are the social engineer lah kan. So yang common weaknesses that you can see in terms of the victim just now, with all those yang tadi you mentioned tu ke, senses of happiness, and then senses of, what is it just now? Senses of happiness, and then
senses of happiness, senses of empathic, senses of
empathic,
fear, and senses of the guilty. Yes, urgency and guilty.
Okay.
Yep.
So those viewers out there, so you have to be careful. If let's say you receive something that yang boleh membuatkan awak sangat gembira, tapi you have to think again. Betul ke benda ni? Okay. So whatever it is, you mesti kena ada perasaan syak wasangka. So means that don't trust, okay? Jangan cepat sangat percaya, even though you can see that all the sources tu semuanya macam looks like a legitimate lah. Benda tu sama nampak macam betul aja, but have to ada lah perasaan yang macam ingin tahu ataupun nak buat research sikit ke, betul ke, tanya orang ke, okay? So kena ada macam tu lah. Alright, so Mr. Abdul Rahul, ada another one more questions for you. Okay. So, in order if not to become a victim, okay, so what could be your advice, okay, to the viewers out there?
So my advice is, I took back whatever Madam mentioned earlier.
Boleh lah.
Syak wasangka. Okay, saya tukar in English lah.
Boleh.
Curiosity, right?
Yes.
Sometimes people say curiosity kills, but in a sense that curiosity might help you, might save you. So try to be curious, try to be aware, in sense of sometimes people might say that this is like too paranoid, but in a sense that simple way, try to whenever you receive an email, too good to be true, whenever you receive a call, try to check, is this number PDRM, or is this number these agencies that calling, because usually people don't call on mobile phones. So agencies will call or send some notification by letters or whatsoever. Second thing, on let's say email side, try to check on whether the email is legit. Contoh Starbucks tu, tengok betul-betul. Is there any like, sometimes on attacker side we try to obfuscate, we try to trick the users by taking examples like UNIKL, but I too with different characters, let's say French characters or Russian characters. So people tak nampak sometimes examples, right? So might be get tricked. So try to be cautious, try to be aware. Syak wasangka tu penting.
Yes. Okay. Kind of thank you, Mr. Raouf. That is actually a good point for you to take note, all viewers. Okay, you should jot down all those points there. Okay. Alright, so next, coming back to ASP Azli. Okay, lama senyap kan? Okay, so ready? Okay, for the question. Okay, so I'm sure that majority of us, okay, have received random emails, okay, random emails ataupun text messages, okay, claiming that you have won certain prizes. Contohnya, anda berjaya mendapat motor ni, okay, semua. So in order to claim that motorcycles or the 10,000, okay, 10,000 K atau 10,000 K pula kan, 10,000, okay. So you are required to do certain things, okay, like providing your contact details and so forth. Okay, and then, okay, when bila dah buat, okay, mungkin ada yang terpedaya dengan that kind of message, and then dia follow steps tu, okay, buatlah, bagilah contact, and then bagilah account number ke whatever ke. So the next thing yang dia tahu, dia punya account daripada 10,000K, 10,000K lagi, 10,000, okay, daripada 10,000 tiba-tiba tengok dah jadi RM10 je, okay, daripada 10,000 tiba-tiba jadi RM10, okay. So it might be that macam kenapa jadi macam tu kan, okay. So based on that scenario yang saya bagi tadi, okay, macam kejadian yang berlaku tu, okay, boleh tak kalau ASP Azli share dengan kita semua, okay, what are the some cases, okay, some cases yang related to phishing. Okay, so ini semua konsep phishing kan, so mungkin boleh share some cases ke yang ada PDRM receive?
Okay, first of all, phishing, in the Malay we call memancing data. It is a criminal activity to obtain sensitive personal information such as name, username, user ID, password, and credit card details by masquerading as a credible entity such as a bank, financial service provider, and so on. They will deceive users by sending emails or short message systems. In the message, they instructed to the user to log in a fake website that look like a real website by clicking the embedded link, deep link provided and entering the personal user details on the website of the website. Once they get the sensitive personal information, they will do money transfer transaction without permission or commit other types of fraud. Okay, kes ni memang banyak berlaku dan trend dia apa yang saya bagi tahu tadi tu dia punya cara dia, prosedur dia macam mana mereka menipu ataupun mencari mangsa. And then kes ni memang telah banyak berlaku dan telah ada yang orang kata report yang telah dijalankan dan sekarang ni kita pihak PDRM masih lagi meneruskan orang kata mencaki mana yang orang kata kriminal-kriminal yang baru dan juga terus akan mendakwa mereka sehingga mereka tertuduh di mahkamah.
Okay. So basically kan apa faktor-faktor lah yang maksudnya faktor utama yang menyebabkan isu ni berlaku?
Okay, faktor-faktor utama kan, okay, there must be some basic knowledge lah kan in cybercrime. Okay, sekarang ni memang benda ni dah trend kan, especially yang you all tahu semua kan, kita tahu cybercrime ni memang banyak terjadi. Jadi mesti ada sedikit knowledge berkenaan benda ni, sama ada you can Google, you can tengok from the YouTube. Okay, then itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, tidak peka pada trend jenayah terkini. Okay, untuk makluman semua, kadang-kadang kita ada terima some of the news kan from the WhatsApp, from the message, even though benda tu kita pun dah tahu sama ada ia adalah fake ataupun adalah real, jadi kita sekurang-kurangnya kita ambil benda tu sebagai langkah berjaga-jaga, jadi bila kita mengambil sebagai langkah berjaga-jaga, jadi kalau terjadi kepada kita that kind of trend, jadi kita dah tahu, ni mesti benda tipu ataupun kejadian tipu akan berlaku pada dirinya. Yang ketiga adalah mungkin seseorang tu mudah percaya. Bila dia tengok benda tu interesting. Sebenarnya apa yang saya nampak sekarang ni, Malaysian kita lebih tertarik pada sesuatu benda yang related to money. Maksudnya sesuatu hadiah ataupun sesuatu orang kata present. Jadinya bila ternampak aja benda tu tanpa berfikir panjang, mereka terus mudah percaya tanpa bertanya kepada sesiapa. Benda yang paling penting sepatutnya kalau kita nakkan pengesahan, bertanyalah kepada orang yang ataupun pada pihak berkuasa sama ada benda ni adakah benar ataupun ni just benda yang palsu. Jadi kita tu terms yang mudah percaya. And then the last thing yang banyak yang terjadi, banyak yang ada ciri-ciri yang ada pada seseorang itu adalah mereka bersifat tamak. Jadi kalau ada sifat tamak dalam diri tu, jadi dia takkan berasa, dia akan sentiasa nak dan nak lagi. Memang tak ada perkataan puas dalam diri tu. Jadi that's kind of things yang itulah faktor-faktor yang ada. Macam mana boleh berlaku?
Alright, so even though government ke ataupun in the the social platform macam televisions and then dalam radio ke, so they already mention dekat even dekat website online banking pun they already mentions that about these issues which is phishing and then be careful, jangan mudah terpedaya, jangan mudah tertipu. So benda tu semuanya dah ada, we have already create that awareness, but this case it still happen. So it still happen sebab kalau ikutkan statistik yang tadi ASP Azli bagi, which is kita tengok kes pun meningkat kan. Walaupun kita dah dah buat campaign lah, awareness and everything, but it still happen. So if this happen to anyone, terjadi lagi, what does the victims need to do? Apa as the mangsa ni dia perlu buat? Sebab biasalah bila benda tu dah kena pada diri sendiri, contohnya macam saya kata tadi lah, elok-elok account tu, dalam account dia 10,000, tiba-tiba dah jadi RM10. Okay, saya rasa tak ada orang lah yang tak panik bila jadi macam tu. So bila panik tu mungkin dia tak tahu what they should do. Okay, nak contact siapa, nak pergi bank ke, nak pergi tanya ke, nak apa ke. So supposedly apa sepatutnya yang victim tu kena buat?
Okey, terima kasih madam. Okey, perkara yang paling penting yang harus victim tu buat, on the spot apabila berlaku satu kesalahan jenayah ataupun beliau terlibat sebagai mangsa, pertama-tama sekali memang kita kena terus laporkan kepada pihak kuasa. Untuk macam pihak polis, Jadi apabila kita melakukan report secepat yang mungkin, jadi pihak polis boleh bertindak, bertindak on the spot. Mungkin kita akan sebarkan maklumat tu melalui MPV ataupun melalui petroka yang ada di jalan macam mana ke, kalau contoh berlaku lah, ataupun mungkin kita boleh detect mungkin dari segi nombor IP ke, ataupun dari segi kita tengok daripada talian online tu macam mana benda tu berlaku, modus operandi itu berlaku. Jadi kita boleh take action pada pihak polis. Dan juga harus diingat, walaupun kerugian tersebut melibatkan amount yang kecil, tetapi sedikit demi sedikit lama-lama menjadi bukit. Kalau dibenteras pada peringkat awal, maka ianya takkan melarat kepada orang lain, yang mana mungkin orang yang seterusnya adalah mungkin adik-beradik atau saudara mara kita yang terdekat. Jadi apa yang saya nak sampaikan sini, apa-apa saja yang berlaku, kejadian yang berlaku yang kita rasa kita ditipu atau kita menjadi mangsa, cepat-cepatlah lapor kepada pihak kuasa secepat mungkin. Kadang-kadang saya faham, kadang berlaku satu kes jenayah, contoh macam kalau kena ragut ke apa ke, mereka akan panik dan mereka akan mungkin menangis, mengambil masa berjam-jam, and then benda ni kita takut bahan bukti tersebut akan cepat hilang, jadi supaya kita pihak kuasa akan dapat bantuan dan juga untuk menjejak pesalah tersebut dengan kadar yang segera dan cepat.
So hopefully semua viewers boleh tahulah apa action yang sepatutnya kita kena buat kalau benda tu terjadi kepada diri kita sendiri. So the first step is straight away terus contact dengan report dekat balai polis yang berdekatan. So jangan take time, jangan nak kena refer tanya, nak kena ataupun nak buat investigation sendiri ke, so kita kena terus sahaja pergi ke balai polis atau yang berdekatan lah. Thank you ASP Azli. So now we have another it's time for another interval. So please stay tuned because we'll be back.
UNIKL, kita datang. UNIKL, jadi cemerlang.
Universiti Kuala Lumpur mercu tanda pendidikan mara.
Sertai kami bagi pengambilan ke program persediaan diploma, ijazah dan pascasiswaza hari ini.
Layari unikl.edu.my
Where knowledge is applied
and dreams realized.
Welcome back to the final part of our webinar for today. Cyber security awareness, tips on how to secure your data. Now we let's get back to TS Nurhaiza. So I have a question for you. So as an academia institutions, so what would be the measures, the measures that could be done in order to create awareness, among our students?
Thank you for the questions. Create awareness among the students. Usually, what we did in the at UNIKL, of course, in MIIT, we usually first of all we do some competitions of doing poster on create awareness. And then besides posters, we also we do some competition on videos of awareness among the students. Not only for BCSS students, but for all students, for all courses also. And also, of course, in the class, we always remind the students and inform the students, please make sure all the personal data, all the password and everything, your data must be backed up and everything. So that is the things that we usually do in the university, of course.
Alright. And then what could be maksudnya personal advice lah. TS Nurhaiza mungkin nak bagi personal advice to the public, atau to the student, especially to the ladies. Okay, apa yang nak bagi untuk in terms of data ni lah, protections of data, data protections.
Okay. I know because why they this because during this MCO the most I think the most users of internet is actually the ladies. Of course, one of it is the online shopping, right? So first when comes on online shopping, be careful when you please do think, okay, please be careful when you connected to the internet. Which Wi-Fi? Is it free Wi-Fi? Is it your Wi-Fi? If free Wi-Fi, please do not shopping online using that connections. Number two, when you being online, do think. Okay, do think maksudnya fikir dulu sebelum you upload gambar ke, video ke, kan? Sebab once you post the gambar you, it's actually public's own already. Bila public's own tu maksudnya you nak ambil balik boleh tak? Tak boleh. Diorang dah ada dah. Betul tak? Okay? Okay, number 3, regularly check. Okay, regularly check your privacy setting, either your browsers, your Facebook, your Twitters and so on, so that sometimes it been changed by others also. So make sure you keep on regularly check your privacy setting, especially your personal details. Okay?
Okay. I have a question here. I think this question is suits to TS Nurhaiza. Okay. Soalan dia, BCSS ni belajar pasal cyber security apa ya? Is it just cara nak defend je ke?
Oh, okay. Okay, good questions. Okay, in cyber security, we in MIT of course, kan, kita tak adalah nak belajar defense je because in our courses, we actually understanding the threats. Okay, kita understand dia punya kelemahan. Bila kita understand kelemahan, so from there we know how to defend, how to attack. Okay, so kenapa nak kena tahu pasal attack? Because we want to know, macam polis nak tahu pencuri tu nak masuk rumah, kita kena tahu dia guna cara apa, betul tak? So we have to know how to attack, to defense, and not only in the network, we also covering the forensics also, siapa-siapa yang suka forensik tu, and then we also look on the securing codes, and also we are looking on compliance also. Okay?
Since kita ada forensik juga yang apply kat sini kan, Mr. Raouf kan?
Yes.
Ada involve kan with the forensik?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So mungkin kita boleh tanya sikit lah kot pendapat mungkin untuk viewers nak tahu apa sebenarnya yang forensik. I mean bila bekerja tu apa yang dibuat lah untuk the forensic analyst tu?
Forensic analysis basically we try, contoh examples like we do autopsy, examples accident, people wanted to know the causes of the death. So people forensic in hospital will perform some surgical basis on to know what are the causes. So it same applies to cybersecurity field as well. So meaning that cybersecurity forensic, we try to in any incidents, we try to understand what are the causes, what happened, and what next course of action that need to be taken. Is it that we on technological part, the next course of action will be like, okay, this particular system is not updated, so we update. This particular system is being hacked from this particular site, so this site we will try to arrange mitigation site. On process-wise, maybe some the users are not aware. The users can set the password by using like 4 characters only. Examples are that. So basically, the main gist of the cyber forensic is we try to do autopsy, and then we try to understand what happened and what are the next course of action, and as well as related to legal as well. We preserve the evidence, and then we will proceed further for legal investigation to the court as well. Yeah, so that's how the cyber forensic works.
Okay. So autopsy bukan just pada human body je lah kan? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Alright. So next question is actually to Mr. Raouf as well. Okay, so you as an industry representative, okay, so I can say that you are the industry expert as well. Okay, so what would be your advice, okay, to those who would be joining the working environment or the working world?
My advice is subjective advice, but I think it works for me as well. So I try to enjoy my studies. It's not about the books, or it's not about the assignment, project and stuff. So upon my studies, I try to engage with other in cybersecurity. We call CTF, capture the flags. There is online. There is like on regional basis. So try to explore more. Try to build your interest upon study. And try to find your passion in whatever you are doing. So after my study years, after almost 4 years of studies in UNIKL, I engaged with a lot of a bit numbers of competitions, not on the offensive side, not only hacking side, as well as on cyber defense side. I also participated. I also managed some projects. So my suggestion to all of the so-called apprentice, new next generation of the cybersecurity, try to build your interests and enjoy your studies, and try to get involved more in on the competition, cybersecurity competition. That will help you a lot, to be honest.
Okay. Okay, so besides industry expert, okay, Mr. Rauf also is actually our alumni, okay. So as an alumni, okay, how the knowledge, okay, or the experience, okay, that you have gained during your varsity years can be contributed to your career now?
Yeah, the question, it helped to build the basis. So basically, on my varsity years, I building the basis of fundamental knowledge to get into industry. Whenever you went into industry, there might be like additional things which is different between organization and where you work, and even the policy itself is different. The technological itself are totally different. So by building the foundation, by building the good foundation in UNIKL, so whenever I jump into any companies or jump into industries, I can quite understand what are the requirements, what are my role is. So to be honest, syllabus in UNIKL helps me a lot. You know?
Okay, so means that it's related, okay, to the industry lah, apa yang awak belajar masa kat universiti dulu. So
Correct.
it helps you, okay, during bila you dah bekerja, kan?
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
alright. Okay, so now let's continue with ASP Azli. Okay, so since ASP Azli is also as a representative, okay, for the PDRM. Okay, so tadi kita dah cakap pasal cybercrime semua kan, okay, and then those attackers kan. Sometimes orang yang suka nak try macam nak steal data lah, and then yang maksudnya yang attacker side ni lah, okay. Sometimes diorang ni macam suka, okay, macam suka-suka je. Tapi dia tak tahu what is actually the consequences, okay, kepada diri dia. So dia rasa macam seronok je kena ke orang, dapat curi data semua tu. Tapi dia tak, sometimes diorang tak aware apa yang akan berlaku sekiranya diorang ni kena tangkap. Okay, apa tindakan yang kat atas, hukuman ataupun tindakan kepada this attacker ni. So boleh tak kalau ASP Azli mungkin boleh explain sikit apa jenis-jenis hukuman atau punishment, okay, that imposed to those who are found guilty in committing the cyber crimes.
Okay, terima kasih madam. Okay, memang kita daripada kecil basically kan, apabila kita melakukan kesalahan memang kita kena ada hukuman, okay, supaya benda ni menjadi pengajaran ya kepada kita dan juga kepada masyarakat. Okey, jadi yang memang negara kita memang ada peruntukan beberapa undang-undang kan, yang mana yang undang-undang tersebut kan. Okey, yang pertama sekali adalah iaitu Akta Komunikasi dan Multimedia 1998. And then kita pergi pada section 29-1 Akta Kesayangan Kecil. And then denda maksimum 1,000 ataupun penjara setahun ataupun kedua-duanya sekali. Iaitu section 424 Kanun Kesiasaan, penjara tidak melebihi 5 tahun atau denda. Jadi section 411 Kanun Kesiasaan, penjara selama tempoh yang boleh sampai 5 tahun atau dengan denda atau kedua-duanya sekali, dan juga yang the last is section 420. Okey, banyak kes yang berlaku di Malaysia dengan peralatan teknologi yang telah dibekalkan kepada PDRM sejajar dengan pilihan masa, PDRM telah banyak menyelesaikan kes berkaitan dengan cybercrime dengan tertuduhnya pesalah-pesalah tersebut. Itu dia.
Oh, okay. So, okay, ASP Azli juga dia merupakan alumni, okay, alumni UNIKL, MIIT. So, soalan saya ni samalah macam dekat Rauf tadi. So based on knowledge, okay, knowledge and experience, okay, that you gain during the varsity years tu, is it contribute dekat awak punya career sekarang ni?
Okay, memang, okay, jadinya saya pelajar start pada tahun 2013, okay, pelajar BCSS. Saya memang minat mendalam dalam bidang IT, iaitu starting diploma memang in IT. Jadi apabila saya mencuburi bidang PDRM, jadi dalam masa saya bertugas, saya telah mengambil cuti belajar, iaitu meneruskan pembelajaran saya dalam bidang Bachelor, iaitu Bachelor BCSL. Jadi sekarang ni apa yang saya pelajari, apa yang saya lihat, kenapa saya pilih Universiti Kuala Lumpur, disebabkan oleh modul-modulnya. Apa yang saya lihat memang modul yang terkini. Di samping lecturernya mengajar dan juga lecturernya berpengalaman mengajar subjek yang terbaru dan juga menggunakan hardware dan software yang terkini. Okey, jadinya apa yang saya aplikasikan dalam pekerjaan saya dalam PDRM, okey, jadi jenayah cyber adalah sesuatu benda yang baru dan juga keep going teknologi yang lebih terkini dan terkini. Okey, jadinya apa yang saya belajar di UNIKL, okey, dengan software dan hardware yang terbaru, jadi apabila saya bertugas kembali dalam PDRM, saya merasa yang diri saya ni step ahead, maknanya selangkah lebih tinggi sedikit daripada penjaya untuk kami mengadakan lebih siasatan terperinci dan juga kita dapat menyelesaikan banyak-banyak kes yang mana yang dilakukan oleh penjenayah tersebut.
Okay. So, okay, nampaklah, okay, bagaimana, okay, experience, okay, knowledge, okay, dan juga experience yang ASP Azli dan juga Mr. Rauf, okay, again during dia punya study, dapat membantu dia orang dalam career sekarang. Okay. So those yang mungkin agak tak tahu apa dia terms yang BCSS tu, okay, BCSS tu is actually the short form, okay, for our program, Bachelor of Information Technology in Computer System Security. Okay, so that is our program lah. Okay, alright. Okay, so so we have discussed, okay, kita dah discuss mengenai how we can secure our data, okay, which is based on yang mana kita kena create strength, password yang kuat lah, strong password, okay, strong password which is kena ada combinations of the alphanumerics tu semua, numbering, okay, symbol, and then make sure password tu jangan yang orang mudah nak teka, orang guess, okay. And then kita juga tadi discuss in terms of the phishing, okay. So phishing ni ataupun phishing ni dia punya area dia agak general, sebenarnya dia ada pelbagai jenis, which is kita ada phishing, okay, which is based on voice, okay, and then ada phone scam, okay. So bila kata phishing ni dia related, okay, dengan yang lain-lain punya jenis cyber, okay, cyber crime tu lah, okay. And then kita juga ada discuss in terms of social engineering, okay. Social engineering pun is actually one of the methods, okay, one of the methods untuk phishing, okay. Sebab bila kita nak pancing data tu, kita tak bolehlah simply tahu je, mesti kita kena buat some data gathering, okay. So macam mana cara dia? One of the way is doing the social engineering. So social engineering ni, so you have to be careful because of kita tak perlukan skills pun, okay, skills untuk guna komputer ke, nak kena program ke, tak. It's based on social, it's based on observations, tengok orang macam mana macam tu dan kita tahu boleh agak, okay. So that based on the social engineering. And then we also discuss on the cyber crimes, okay, in terms of dia punya what are the laws dia, and then what are the punishment, okay, siapa-siapa yang melakukan jenayah, okay, and then kita tahu in terms of the statistics, okay, isu-isu yang berkaitan dengan data. So in that case, okay, we can see that it's very important for us to protect our data. Okay, so our data basically it's our personal data and financial data, like our credit card. So that one is very important. So you have to be careful, okay, and you have to make sure, okay, you secure your data. All right, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, okay, so we have come to an end of the webinar for today, okay. So I would like to thank all our panel members, TS Nurhaiza Abdullah, Mr. Abdul Rauf bin Johari, and also ASP Azli, okay, bin Mat Sharif, for joining us this afternoon, okay. So it has been a fruitful, okay, discussions, and I'm sure that viewers have benefited a lot from this session. Okay, so for more details, okay, on cybersecurity matters, because I can see that some of the questions, okay, from the viewers asking about the cybersecurity, right? Okay, so you can come and be part of our global family at University Kuala Lumpur Malaysian Institute of Information Technology, or as known as UNIKL MIIT, okay, for our September intake. So kindly visit our website at www.unikl.edu.my or follow us on our social media. So we do have Facebook, okay, our Facebook is University Kuala Lumpur Malaysian Institute of Information Technology, and our Instagram, okay, UNIKL MIIT, okay. So till we meet again, I'm Wan Hazimah signing off for time being. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a good day ahead. Okay, thank you for watching. Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.